friends. It is Tuesday, October 10th, and that means that Full Mood Mag is opening for submissions. It's about 9:30 right now, and they have not opened yet. I figured it might be better to put you up there for now. So Full Mood Mag is opening today, and I have 3 poems to submit. The max is 3. I wrote 4, but 3 I feel are like the stronger of the 4 I wrote. And oh, hello, puppy. Like my chair's moving and there's a puppy here. So I'm gonna do that today at some point. Today is my late work day, meaning that like I go in at 10 and I leave at 6 instead of my 8 to 4. So I had a lot of time to clean up and kind of prep my house for like later being able to just relax. I do have to take my dogs outside, but I feel really good. Like I made a pretty good lunch that's like suitable, healthy. I prepped it all. Like I'm using my vegetables that I bought so I don't throw them away, because I have done that quite a lot this year and it's very sad to me. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm actually eating and utilizing them and not just wasting money. This morning I also started an audiobook because I only have 3 days left of it, so I really need to finish it. It's 13 hours, so wish me luck. But I started it. It's called Men Who Hate Women, and my God, it is terrifying to be a woman sometimes. Like the fact that people exist who are so extreme in their hatred is crazy. And if you have not read the book or heard of it, I can't remember who was suggested. It might have been a YouTuber or like a TikTok, but I would definitely recommend. I'll put a little like picture up here and maybe a link down below, but it's very eye-opening, and especially for like men who might watch my channel, if you're not sure of like why women are afraid of things or why there might be a generalization about men, this book might be shedding some light on that, about the very real, like terrifying things people live with because of extremists in the world. So I've been very enraptured. I've listened to that all morning in both terror and fascination and like understanding, just all the feelings. So it actually goes really well with some of the poetry I've written this last couple like months, because if you haven't been here for a while, especially if you missed my like April Camp Nano, I've been writing a lot of poetry, processing trauma essentially, and processing the anger that has come with that and that I've suppressed for so long. So yeah, I have a lot of poems with a lot of thoughts, and not just like of past relationships, but like of a lot of people who let me down in situations that were upsetting and angry. So yeah, anyway, that's a long story short. So I'm going to be submitting some poetry today, and I'm actually going to be debuting my pen name if it gets accepted. So either way, this is the first time I'm going to be submitting something with a pen name for my like poetry, contemporary, romance, genres. I'm going to be using a different name because it's just very different from the horror, fantasy, sci-fi I write. And not that I don't want to be synonymous, but I just wanted to have like a clean, separate, like they're still me, and both names represent a lot of different facets of my life, but this is different than my fantasy, sci-fi, horror pen name. So both facets are me, but different, so that's exciting too. And also at some point, if you guys are interested, I may also do unboxings, because let me just show you. Look at all those packages that are just piling up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 packages. Quite a lot I need to go through. But for now, I do need to get going. I need to take my dogs outside for a quick walk, pack my lunch bag. I made all my food. I just didn't pack my lunch bag, and then I have to go to work. So I've been in a good headspace with like being on time with stuff. I don't want to jinx myself now. So we will talk when we talk. Welcome to a new vlog. It's been a while. Missed you guys. I hope you can strap in and enjoy whatever the heck becomes of this vlog. Hello friends. So I am at work now in my office, and I just got the email that Full Mood Mag is open, and it is only open for 24 hours. So thank goodness that I went through and prepped everything last night so that I have less pressure. But I don't have anybody at my office until 12 today. So I'm gonna take a few minutes now, and I'm gonna put my lunch away because I have that currently still out. I just got here, and then I'm gonna go submit. So fingers crossed, my friends. I think I've told you many times, but like I get so many poetry rejections, so I'm not holding a lot of weight on this one, but every time I write poetry, I do feel like I love the poems more and more. So I'm just hoping that whether it's Full Mood or the anthology I'm submitting to, I hope some of these poems find their home. So here we go. Hi friends, so I am back in my office. It is Wednesday the 11th and I just wanted to pop in that last night was a lot. So it's my late day for work. So I work from 10 to 6 on Tuesdays now and I'm not used to it. Even though I'm starting my day later and it's the same amount of time, I'm still here 8 hours. I still wake up very early and it just throws my whole day off because I've had 3 years of a very consistent schedule of 7:30 to 3:30. So things are weird for me and I was very tired and I ended up having a really bad headache and I went to bed very early. So yeah, I did read a little bit. I'm currently reading a couple different books and one is called Mary, An Awakening of Terror, and it's very interesting. It's about a middle-aged woman and like seeing these things and potentially having a connection with childhood trauma. I think that's where we're going. Very good. So I read like a chapter of that and then passed out because I couldn't do anymore. But I wanted to say that after my submission to Full Mood, which I will say, by the way, I did read their previous like submissions and everything, so I was assuming that of the 3 poems I submitted, one might not have fit because it was very cheery and happy, and I don't write a ton of happy poetry, but it was, so I didn't think that one would probably get picked. But the other 2 I'm very proud of, and I think they would have a much stronger chance at getting picked for the magazine. But I made the mistake of following a live reaction thread on Twitter. And as we know, especially with live reactions and like any commentary, like you just don't know what they're talking about, but like you may have a sense that you do know what they're talking about. And the thing for me is that one of the threads said straight up that the poem was very like cute and kind, but that they don't really publish cute and, you know, joking that, oh, does that make me a monster? And I'm like, oh no, is that my poem? Because of course then I submitted 3 and they're all in the same doc. So that might have been her reaction to that first poem, but I'm like, oh, I wonder what she thinks of my other 2, but then like didn't comment anymore. So it's really hard to determine even if that was my poem, but if not, like I'm so afraid now that one poem's gonna ruin my chances even if the other 2 are good. I don't know, man. Like I said, the reason I submitted that poem too is because in the description of like the submission like guidelines, it said that they were open to anything and, you know, just feel free to submit because there's so many possibilities with the word banks, because that was the theme for the publication. So I was like, why not? I will submit this one even though it's nice and cute and not maybe really the vibe. But yeah, anyway, I'm overthinking it obviously, and I've been thinking about it all night, and I really regret looking on Twitter. I didn't even know that was something they were gonna do because I followed them like right after I submitted, and then I saw that tweet and it just got to me. So I regret it, truthfully, because now I'm like, oh no, what's gonna happen? And like obviously they also made a comment about like seeing repeat poets and like short story writers that have submitted. So I'm like, well, they're probably gonna get priority, right? Oh, it's so stressful. I don't wish this upon my enemies. And I will just say, as an overall caution, that if you tend to fixate on things like I am currently doing, then probably staying off social media, or at least not following the people you are submitting to for a little bit, is probably in your best interest, because I'm driving myself crazy now. So far, it's only been a day. The submission window closes today, so we'll see how quickly they decide to pick, you know, the poems and the short stories, like it's flash fiction. But yeah, that's where we're at. So, okay, I gotta go back to work now, but I wanted to share that with you guys because I wanted to be a cautionary tale that social media can be so damaging to your brain. Okay, that's it, bye. It is Friday the 13th, and that means that Crepuscular just opened. And I have been at work, so I had a pretty busy morning and I couldn't really do much, but I had the afternoon pretty much dead, and I only have an hour at work, so I got everything ready and we're gonna submit. So This was put into one of my Discord groups that they were opening up and accepting their first submissions as of today. And they're a little bit more literary leaning, fantasy, sci-fi, horror, and they are microfiction, so no more than 250 words. So what that means is I try to make a really good story. Now, I have an idea for another one if this one doesn't work out, but obviously I'm very proud of what I wrote, and it was a very cool and interesting challenge to only confine a story to 250 words. But I read the 2 that were up today and posted for the patrons to view, and I am unsure if this one is going to make it, but I'm gonna try. I'm putting myself out there, and I really like the story. So we just have to submit it, and I'm so nervous. I've been submitting a lot lately, obviously, and I've been kind of facing some rejections. Again, that's normal, but I don't know. I feel like something by the end of the year is gonna get accepted again. I just have a feeling. I just don't know what it is yet. So with that said, let's submit it. I just finally opened up all the packages that I've had for like a week. I had Brandon Sanderson's last surprise novel box, which was The Sunlit Man. I also had a package for an ARC that's coming out in January. It's literary fantasy. So it was kind of pitched as like, if you like the author of Never Let Me Go, you might like this. And so I was like, okay, I might. And then I also opened the Vampire Academy box from Fairy Loot, and I'm just gonna say, these are so much cooler looking than the original covers, and they're gorgeous, and I am not at all mad that I bought them for myself. I'm just gonna have to get the rest of the set when they come out. But I think after that I'm gonna slow down on my spending with books because I've been getting a lot of special editions. But like the most exciting part is that my writing bestie Autumn sent me a little care package because she knows I've been going through a lot of hell lately. And like, this girl is amazing, y'all, if you're not following her, because she just gets me. And I'm so excited. Like, she gave me basically a perfect little bath night with like a bunch of exfoliants and a mask and bath bombs. She got me some honey, which I love honey, and like this is a nice jar of honey, my friend. Also, knowing that we are now going gluten-free because of my husband, gluten-free chocolate espresso granola, like, and it's like local, I'm pretty sure, so I'm so excited for that. And then on the part, because I'm not fully gluten-free, lemon cookies, because I'm obsessed with lemon cookies. So she just did such a good job, and I love her so much. And if you're not following her, please do, because she deserves all the love. And I'm gonna have to just get her a really nice Christmas present. So I'm so excited. The write-a-thon's going on right now, the Camp Appalachia, and my stream is at 3:30, so I'm gonna put all this stuff away and go finish writing. I am working on another Crepuscular submission. I think I'm gonna submit it to Crepuscular because I think it's fitting. But it is pretty, I'm reaching somewhere deep inside for this one, so it's gonna take me a few tries, I think, to get it where I want it to go, but I like where I'm getting so far. It's very poetic. I feel like this is where finally I'm breaking into my literary fantasy era. Anyway, so I'm gonna go, but I'll check in before I end the vlog. So, okay, bye. Hi friends, it is 6 p.m. exactly on October 14th, and I'm gonna be ending this vlog. I hosted my stream, and honestly, I think it's a really good one if you guys want to go back and watch. I talked a lot about mental health and substance use on my channel, and primarily focusing on the Appalachian area because that was what the write-a-thon I was participating in. And I think I offered some just interesting statistics and things to consider, whether you're in the region or out of the region. And I'm very proud of the slideshow I created for it, even though we were running out of time at the end and I had to rush through the last bits. So be it. But it was a pretty productive day in some ways. I got some things cleaned up. I started opening my boxes, and I put some of my like blackout curtains back up to keep some of the heat in. So I'm feeling like we're getting ready for a cozy fall and winter. And I also wrote another short story, a microfiction, for Crepuscular. Now I can only submit once a month, so I have a feeling that if this one gets denied, which it might be based on the 2 stories I read already, I think this one might be a better contender. I'm really feeling this one. I have to do a lot of edit, which is good that I'm working on it a month in advance, because the next window doesn't open up until like November 7th. So I'm really excited to write this piece. I feel like it's very poetic and very personal in some ways, but also I feel like it'll be personal for other people and can be interpreted in some different ways. So I think that's kind of cool. And I'm really liking it. I just hope that it will come together in whatever this vision I have in my mind. So I at least wrote, it's right now it's at 251 words, so it does need to be trimmed down. But I at least wrote a short story, and we'll edit that probably in the next vlog. But I did not work on anything to do with my NaNoWriMo project. I thought I would be prepping this weekend, but it has just been it's been a weird year. I feel like every time I vlogged anything, it's like, wow, this thing happened, or this didn't happen, or whatever. But I'm ready to have a nice cozy night. I had to change my sweater because I'm freezing and I refuse to put my heat on. Maybe that's something to do with Appalachian too, of like not putting your heat on until November 1st, despite the fact that it's cold. But I digress. So I'm going to go eat with my husband, and I'm going to go snuggle up for the rest of the night, and we may watch a movie, we may just watch TV. I just really want some comfy, cozy vibes and snuggles, and that's where we're going to end it. So thank you guys for sticking around with me on this vlog, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!